welcome to the Writing Momentum Podcast. I'm Christopher Maselli, and I'm here with Gena. How you doing, Gena?
I'm doing really well.
All right, today we're going to talk about something kind of fun, which is how to set up your writing space for success.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
this
do
is
you
really
mean?
important. Okay, so I think for writers that we need a space that really works for us. I
Mm,
think, and at different times in my life, Chris, I have written in different places. I have written outside, sitting in lawn chairs outside
yeah,
of
Starbucks.
at Starbucks is one of my favorites, or some other coffee shop, and even writing in my bed. But I think that the longer that I write, the more I am learning how valuable it is to have a space that when I come to it, my brain is kind of already wired and ready to go.
Yeah, although this is not an excuse to not write if you don't have a space. We know people who have, we have one friend that she set a laundry basket on the floor in her kitchen, sat on the laundry basket to type on a little space on the kitchen table to make sure that she could write. We have another friend who sits in her car and she records on audio her
It's true.
entire book because that's her writing space, right? So just because you don't have a writing room or something, like that, that doesn't mean you just can't write, right? So
Of
you
course not.
you got to be able to find your own writing space. But if you do have a space, whether it be a desk or a view or something like that, you want to be sure to set it up for maximum productivity, and that's what we're
Mhm.
talking about today.
Definitely. And, we're talking about, I think it is also important to find what inspires you.
Yeah.
And for some people, that may be what inspires you is maybe just a blank wall in front of you. You've got a little table right in front of a blank wall.
Hmm.
Maybe you've got a view, maybe you don't have a view, but I mean, you have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're saying. There's not a one-stop shop for all of this that we all write the exact same. I think it's about finding what works for you. But we have definitely found, and when we say finding your writing space, I think it's more about um, creating an environment that
Hmm.
encourages writing.
It's an atmosphere. This
It's
is
creating
your
an
writing
atmosphere.
space. We like to talk about, what your writing space look like when we talk about our desks in our room and the view and all that.
Yeah.
But really, it's more about creating that atmosphere that makes it conducive for you to write the best you can. So, for instance, what's something that you do, Gena, that's conducive to helping write the best you can?
For me, it's all about the music. I really like using music. I use my AirPods, and I put on no music with words. This is not. I don't want to hear any other words than what's going on in my head. But I use really epic kind of score type music,
Hmm.
instrumental type music. So
Which
that's
is,
what, and as soon as I put those on, my brain knows I'm I'm going for business.
yeah,
I'm
no,
here.
it's completely different for me.
Yes.
I also like music. We know some people who don't like any sound at all, right? Make it as quiet as possible. I also like music, but the kind of music I like is like I like songs that I heard when I was a teenager, like
Hmm.
80s tunes and stuff like that. So to me,
Yeah.
those things fuel my creativity. But to Gina, it's very
Oh
distracting.
my
And to
gosh.
me, to
No, I
listen
can't do it.
to classical music or something like that while I write, it's almost stressful because of the way it builds and that sort of thing. So I need to have something that just has more of a pop to it. So yeah, just it's
So
different for each person. You got to find out what works for you. But music is definitely good because it can keep your mind off of the distractions around you. So
mhm.
even when we go and write in a place like Starbucks or something, I still put in my AirPods and listen to the music that I bring because that helps me tune out everything going around me.
Exactly. I'll use scents as well.
Hmm.
And I have found some combinations that I really like for essential oils. I really do like essential oils. And there are some that I have recognized, and this is funny, but it's funny if you're not, if you're thinking that essential oils are kind of witch's brew, and you're like, this is not anything real. I have really found there are some scents that I know when I put them on, there's some that are real calming. There are some that are very kind of energizing. There's other ones. And it's funny because I'll do like a mixture of the two. So I get the energized one with the kind of calm one. So it kind of helps me like block out the noise, but it helps me, gives me the energy to get busy and get writing.
Yeah.
And especially if I'm on a deadline, and it's coming close, like I do everything. Like I've got the music going, I've got the scents, the essential oils going, and yeah.
Yeah, I like to have a good scent also, but I actually prefer to light a candle. And to me, the candle, I like the ones that crackle a little bit. That somehow puts me like in a writerly mood. But I also like the ones that smell like cookies. You've seen those candles, right? They smell like cookies and stuff. Yeah, I don't want, sometimes I like citrus, but usually I like something that's, I guess it's all related to food.
Well, you know what it is it's not only related to food, but between the music and the cookies, and Chris's mom is like, for many, many years, was the cookie maven. She was always my favorite Christmas present each year was getting multiple tins of cookies from her. So I think what you're tapping into is your childhood.
Probably. See, everything here is relates to my
Goes
childhood.
back to his childhood.
I'll tell you what doesn't, though, are some of the other things that I do to make sure that I'm not interrupted. And that is, for instance, I will make sure the door is shut. That may seem like a simple thing, but making sure the door is shut lets the other members of our family or even our dog know that, hey, I can't be disturbed right now. I'm trying to focus. And that can go a long way.
And one of the things that I love to do, and I have become really dedicated to this, is I focus my computer so that I don't get any notifications during that. I have a MacBook, and so it has a little focus feature on there that I can say focus for an hour or focus until tonight, and I don't get emails, I don't get text messages, I don't get any of that. Yeah, I love that thing. I'm really just in love with that.
A lot of people don't know that exists. On a MacBook, if you click on, there's a little over in your dock in your upper right hand corner, there's a button you can push and you can turn on focus, and it'll focus both your computer and your phone at the same time to make sure you don't get things like notifications for as little or as long as you want. So you can say, just over the next half an hour, next hour, or for the next until tonight, don't let me have any distractions. If you're not on a Mac, Windows has similar programs, and both have programs that allow you to block certain websites. We've talked about that before, blocking out distractions. So be sure you put that computer on focus so that you're not distracted.
I think the thing that I notice, Chris, is that when I come into my writing time very purposefully, and when I say purposefully, I am kind of controlling the environment that I'm writing in. I'm controlling the distractions that I'm going to get. It is amazing how much I can get done.
Yeah.
It is really amazing how productive I can become. And sometimes just the act of going and getting these things prepared, getting the essential oils going, getting my music going, just going through the action of that, it's kind of like getting ready for bed at night. You get ready for bed, you brush your teeth, you go through your routine. For us women, we're taking off our makeup, that kind of thing. You go through your routine, and as you do that, your body kind of clues into the fact, your brain clues in that, oh, I'm getting ready to go to sleep at night. And I think the same is for me. When it comes time to write, I am preparing my space. So my brain already knows when I'm sitting down, when that music clicks on. I actually have a playlist that I have created of my favorite writing instrumental songs. So when I do that, when I set that, the essential oils going, when I close the door, when I put on my focus, my brain is already in the place where I'm ready to get busy.
Yeah. The other couple things that you can do that I recommend that everyone do is, one, schedule your writing. So when you want to set up your atmosphere, the best thing you can do is make a point of it on your calendar, right? Put it on your calendar that, hey, this is my writing time for this hour during the day, or however long you want to write, so that it's an unbreakable appointment that you can make sure that no one interrupts. And the other thing is, when you sit down to write, be intentional about it. say, what's my goal for this session? How many words do I want to get through? Is it 750 words? Is about 3 pages. That's a pretty good goal for 1 hour if you want to do that. Or you might say, well, I just want to finish writing this blog, or I want to edit through chapter 1, or
Mhm.
whatever you want to do.
Or
Have that
journal,
goal.
or
You
you
want to
want
journal.
to write down some memory
Mhm.
for my memoir, just whatever it
Yeah,
is.
whatever that goal is, put it down in
Mhm.
front of you, and we actually recommend writing it down. Put it on a Post-it note and stick it on your monitor, or just put it in a document
Yeah.
so that when you finish, you can look back at that note and see, did I accomplish what I set out to accomplish? And that can be a great feeling to realize, because you almost always will if it's a realistic goal. And that's a great feeling to realize that you accomplished what you wanted to do.
Well, and I even love, if I'm working on a larger project, to keep track of those as I go, so that I know for each writing session, I wrote this many words today, or I did this much today, or I did that much, so that over time I can see. It kind of is like a kudos to yourself, it pats yourself on the back. Look at everything I did each time that I sat down to write.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
So,
tell you what, if you one of the things that we've also found that works really well is to have a writing partner when we write. We like to write together, and
mhm.
we like to write with other people.
Yep.
That's why we created what we call writing moments. Writing moments are a set time when we get together with a bunch of other writers on Zoom, and we sit and write intentionally on our individual projects together. And we do this multiple times each week. We've found a way to make it super affordable, and we're all able to get together. We have 15 minutes of training, just like what you get on this podcast, as well as a 45-minute writing session. And so if you would like to join us, we'd love to have you. We'd love to have as
Mhm.
many people as we can, just all get together and, get those creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, check out writingmoments.com. That's writingmoments.com. And you can read all about that. We've got all the details in there. See if our times work for you, and if they don't, be sure to let us know, because we're adding new times all the time as more people come on,
Mhm.
and we're more than willing to add a time that works for you in there too.
Absolutely. So, coming back to what we're talking about today, we're talking about preparing your space, how to set your writing space for success. We talked about recognizing that not everybody is going to have the exact same space. It's not about creating this perfect space that everyone will love. It's about finding that place that works for you, a
Mhm.
place where you can be intentional, a place where you can be productive. So, we also recommend you schedule your writing out. We often will schedule ours on Sunday, but then each day we'll look at, okay, when am I going to write today? We shut the door, we lock out distractions, even using online apps like either the Focus app or Focus capability that's on our MacBooks, or there are a lot of apps that will allow you to do that too, just so that you're not constantly distracted by notifications. And then we like to prepare our space with either candle for Chris or essential oil for me. We like to put on our favorite music,
Lots of music.
lots of music, and really have a goal and keep track of those goals so that you can feel good about what you're doing. So we hope you enjoy this podcast. If there's a way that you set up your writing space, make sure to comment on this. We want to hear about that, and
Yeah.
we want to learn from you as well.
We've actually had quite a few writers who've heard us talk about writing spaces before, and they'll send us pictures of their writing spaces. We love those. So we thought we need to compile those in a blog or
Well,
something. So
definitely.
if we do that, we'll let you know.
Well, and please, if you haven't yet gone, go to writingmomentum.com, sign up there so you can get our newsletter, but also it will give you our email so that you can send us pictures of those writing spaces.
That's right. Until next time, please share this with someone else. Rate it, review, subscribe to it so you don't ever miss an episode. And we hope that your writing has momentum. Bye bye.